What's up? I'm Coach Ellison, not that Coach Ellison, and welcome to the first episode of the 4-minute drill. Today, we're going to master something that you have to know to play the game of football, at least in my position. We're going to learn a defensive line stance. Now, a lot of people assume that they know how to do this because they started using it so early. But with starting early comes bad technique and bad habits. We're going to break those today. There's a lot of things we could have chosen to do first, but this is paramount because without learning how to start, you're not going to be able to do any drills properly.
We don't need shocks or spikes to learn your stance. Step number 1 is choosing your dominant hand. The easiest way to choose is the hand closest to the gap you're attacking. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. The foot to the side of your forward hand should be back, far enough that your toes and your opposite heel align. You can start from a kneel so you can rest waiting for the offense to set up. When you get in your stance, your hand to gap should be forward. Load your hamstrings and your glutes, and put enough weight on this hand that you won't pop up on the first step. It's very important that your second hand is what we call locked, and you're ready to defend yourself. If your arm is cocked in the air or on your knee, 2 things go wrong. 1, you can't protect yourself and end up like this. 2, you lose balance in your stance, as shown here. There's also the option of putting it in the ground as well. A stance isn't a stance without mobility, so let's experiment. Practice getting off the ball. As a defensive lineman, your hand should punch and engage your blocker on the very first step. We don't have time to load up for a punch. An explosive punch on your first step, followed by fast forward feet, is the difference between ending up like this and like this.
And that'll do it for us today. Thank you for watching the first episode of 4-Minute Drill. Now use what you've learned. Now that you know how to get into a proper stance, record yourself and practice it until you get it right. You can't do any drill as a defensive lineman without a proper stance, and now that's a tool you've got in your tool belt. And whenever you're ready, come back here, because we never stop working.